Alright, today we got another playthrough of Pokémon Emerald. Let's see who we are using today. In this run, we're going to be using
Who's that Pokémon?
Regice's harder brother, Regirock. We name our Regirock Lucid after one of our followers here on the channel, so make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing if you want to be one of the names for the Pokemon on the next video. Starting out the game, we have the same problem as before with Regice, where Regirock only knows explosions, so we are technically soft-locked here and the game cannot go any further. But, just like Regice, this Regirock is holding a Pokeball, so we have to go catch a Zigzagoon with the ability Pickup. Once we catch the Zigzagoon, it is now time to use the ability Pickup to grind up enough rare candies to get Regirock up to level 9. While I'm grinding, let's go over Regirock's stats and abilities. Regirock is a mono rock type coming in with 5 weaknesses. Although he does have 4 resists, the typing of the resistances are way less common than the typing of the weaknesses. Regirock's best stat is his defense coming in at an astounding 200. This high defense is very useful for the fighting, ground, and steel weakness, but with the weaknesses of grass and water, its 100 base special defense is not as effective as physical resistances. Regirock is slower than most Pokemon with base speed of 50. This speed is around the same as Muck, or Hoot Hoot if you could imagine, so nothing to write home about here. Regirock learns 3 useful moves its whole life, and does not learn a move that doesn't blow itself up until level 9. In Generation 3, its only ability is Clear Body, which makes Regirock's stats unable to be lowered. Clear Body is a great ability to have in solo runs where there can be multiple Pokemon with Intimidate. Now that we have a good overview of what Regirock's stats and abilities are, let's see how I'm doing on getting those rare candies. Looks like I'm not even halfway done, and we had that running at 1600% speed the whole time. Well, to save you guys some time, let's skip until I get the last rare candy and level Regirock up to level 9. There we go. At level 9, we learn the move Rock Throw. With a damaging move, we can finally take on our rival. Rival Battle 1 against Torchic is an absolute breeze. A single Rock Throw takes them out. I do my best to dodge as many trainers as possible to get to Rustboro City. The first gym battle is with Roxanne for the Stone Badge. We go into the battle at level 10 thinking that we should be alright at this level. When we go for our first Rock Throw, we can definitely see we are way under leveled for this gym. Our Rock Throws seem to be only doing about an 1/8 of their health. This low amount of damage wouldn't be that big of a problem if their attacks didn't do so much damage to us. In the very first battle, after so many Rock Throws, when we end up getting them down to the red, they end up just healing all the way back up. Definitely looks like we need to go level up a little bit before we're ready for this gym. To be honest, this is not really a good look for Regirock. Regice had a way easier time with this one because of the better type advantage. We grind up to level 15 before we attempt the gym leader again. Roxanne's Geodude this time is doing way less damage. After 9 Rock Throws, we finally knock them out. Out comes the exact same Pokemon, and we start going for Rock Throw, but we can tell we aren't going to have enough HP to be able to beat the last Pokemon. So we reset. Looks like we need to go back out and grind up some more. We just pick up one more level for the next attempt. Well, I'll save you the footage of all these rocks flying and tell you one level is not enough. Back to the grind it is. We pick up one more level, and this time we put on an Oranberry to help out. Because we made it to level 17, we got the new move Curse. This move increases our attack and defense at the cost of some speed. Right away against the first Geodude, we curse all the way up to +6. While we were going for curses, the Geodude was getting a few defense curls in, so when we started to attack, it didn't really seem like we were that powered up. But when the next Geodude came out, it really shows how much of a difference +6 can make. Nosepass comes in, and they don't even resist rock, so they have absolutely no chance of surviving this. With the Stone Badge in our trainer card, we are off to Dewford Town to challenge an even worse matchup than this one. I have got to say, I'm getting very nervous about this run. Knowing how hard this next gym battle is going to be for us, I decided I'm going to battle all the trainers along the way. Before we get to Dewford Town, we have Rival 2 to take on. With us being 3 levels over their Pokemon, we just Rock Throw everyone into the ER, and we continue on the path to Brawley. When I reach Dewford Town, I skip going to the gym and go through the cave to get the letter to Steven right away. This helps us pick up another level or 2, and after that I battle every single trainer in the gym. At the end of all this, I'm at level 20. That's 1 level higher than Brawley's ace. I want to see how bad this really is for me, so let's go try this out. Their lead is Machop. Machop instantly goes for Bulk Up, and we follow their lead with curses. The plan is to curse up to +6 and sweep their whole team. We get hit with Seismic Toss and Karate Chop, and it does almost half of our health. We make it up to +6 and fire off a hard-hitting Rock Throw. Because of their bulk ups, it doesn't one-shot, but it does do over half. We finally defeat the Machop with 22 health remaining. Next up is Meditite. They try to set up a light screen, but our rock throw is just too powerful. Last but certainly not least is Makuhita. They use arm thrusts, and this could be it for us. If they hit more than 2 times here, we will go down. Come on, only hit twice. Yes, it only hit twice. We clutched the victory. This saves us so much time, we're good to go on to Slateport. Here in Slateport, we get to do all of the Team Aqua stuff. These people love to cause trouble. I don't even get what they want out of all this. Maybe, I think their goal is to wipe humanity off the face of Earth because, humans are so bad. Maybe they could accomplish their goal if they had any other Pokemon than Poochyena and Zubat. Maybe they should get their levels up and not their metal up. That is a bad joke I wrote, and its metal is in meddling. Hope you guys like that one. On our way up to Mauville City, we end up bumping into May again. They do have a Combustion now, so this could be interesting. Right away in Rival Battle 3, we curse up in front of their Wingull, and after a few lucky dodges, we start to get hit by Water Gun. Water Gun does insane damage to us. We need to stop cursing right now and destroy this Wingull. 1+4 Rock Throw, and Wingull needs to go to the PC again. Lombre's up next, and a single Rock Throw takes them out. Next up is Combustion, and they go for a double kick. They end up critting on their first hit, and this makes us go down on the second one. I think we can beat this. I just used too many curses in front of Wingull and took too much damage from Water Gun. So back into the battle with May. This time Wingull just nukes us with Water Gun. We don't even get to Combustion before we have to reset. I put on a fresh Oranberry and tried again. I think maybe with a little bit of extra health from the Oranberry, we should be able to beat this. We get a lucky miss from Wingull, and we go into the battle against Lombre with full health. We decide to go for another curse while we have all of this extra HP. We use curse twice in front of Lombre and knock them out the following turn with Rock Throw. Out comes the Combustion, and we have almost all of our health for this battle. Combustion goes for Focus Energy, but when we use Rock Throw, we knock them out in one shot. Dang, I didn't really expect us to take that long to beat Rival 3. At the end of the battle, we level up and I learn Superpower. This is perfect for the next gym. Let me show you why. Before we go into the next gym, we have to do the pitiful battle with Wally, and we won't be seeing him again until Victory Road. Before we go to face Watson, we pick up the move Rollout from the move tutor outside. The plan here is just to use Rollout to defeat everyone. Let's see how that goes. Watson sends out their Voltorb that uses Spark on us. This does 10 damage and we start our Rollout. Our first Rollout hits for about half health. Voltorb goes for Shockwave, doing 11 damage. Our second Rollout connects and defeats Voltorb. Electrike is up next, and we hit them with a third Rollout, defeating them in one turn. Next up is Magneton. They go for Shockwave, doing 27 damage, and we miss our Rollout. The following turn, they hit us with a Sonic Boom that does exactly 20 damage, bringing us into the deep yellow. We fire off what I hope is going to be a massive superpower, and we knocked them out in one hit? Okay, this is looking pretty good. Next out is their Ace Manectric, who goes for Howl. We use Rock Throw on them, and it only does a quarter of their health. They go for Shockwave, and we get an unlucky crit and faint. I think that's just bad luck, and we should just try it over again. Well, the bad luck doesn't stop this next time, and we miss a couple of times, and we just reset right away. This time, I'm going to try to curse one time and get a Rollout going. I hit Voltorb once, bringing it down to half. It uses Explosion right away, which is good for us. Electric comes out, and when we hit them with the Stage 2 Rollout, it knocks them out in one shot. We end up getting paralyzed by static, but luckily this whole time I've been packing a Cherry Berry for this exact moment. Magneton comes out and goes for a Thunder Wave this time and paralyzes us. We have never seen them go for this, and now that we've used our Cherry Berry, now they want to go for Thunder Wave. We actually end up breaking through paralysis and connecting our third Rollout. We even crit here and knock them out in one shot. I think that crit definitely mattered. Now Manectric comes out, and if we can break through Para, we could knock them out in one hit. Manectric goes for Shockwave, and we break through, connecting a Stage 4 Rollout to this unsuspecting dog, knocking them out. We received the Dynamo Badge, and I'm surprised at how tough this gym was for us. We didn't even end up using Superpower like I thought we were going to. I think the reason we ended up not using Superpower is because we have Stab Rock moves, and these are just about as powerful as Superpower. With this badge, it opens up a bunch of story stuff, so we head over to Lava Ridge. Once we make it to Lava Ridge City, we are good to head down to Meteor Falls to meet up with Steven again. Once everyone walks away, we get told to head to the top of Mount Pyre to grab up the meteorite from Team Magma. Here is the first time we battle against Tabitha and Maxie. We heal up all the way with the items that we got from Zigzagoon's pickup ability and head into the battle against Magma leader Maxie. Maxie sends out a Mightyena first. I curse up a couple of times and decide to get a rollout going. We missed our first rollout. We tried to use rollout again and we landed it this time. The +2 rollout doesn't even knock them out, surprisingly. And on the following turn, we take them down, but we are already in the red with only 22 health left. Now out comes Camera Up that goes for Emerald. This doesn't do much damage to us, but we do get burnt. Looks like we just need to retry this battle. This time we're not using any curses and we just go straight for rollout. We end up getting a crit that puts them down into healing range. When they restore their health with a super potion, we get to use our second rollout. This brings them right back down into the deep yellow where they healed from. The third rollout takes them out, and when Camera Up comes out, we hit them with our fourth rollout. This stage 4 rollout destroys Camera Up in a single blow. Max's last Pokemon is a measly Zubat. Luckily for Zubat we miss, but there is no way we could lose this battle. We just go for Rock Throw until the job is finished. After we get the Meteorite, we can battle against the Fire Gym in Lava Ridge. With the next gym type being Fire, like I mentioned, I think this should be okay with Regirock. I know that they have Pokemon like Camera Up that have ground typing and could be scary, but we should be okay against them. I don't really get how to go through this gym without battling all the trainers, so I end up battling all of them, and by the time we get to Flannery, we are at level 34. First out is Numel that sets up Sun while we curse up. On the next turn we go for Rollout. We barely don't take them out, and Numel goes for Magnitude and rolls a 10. We are super defensive, and we eat the Magnitude up, doing only 18 damage to us. Next turn they heal back up to full, and we miss our rollout. Great. We trade weak rollouts for Magnitudes, and we are exactly where we were 2 turns ago. We connect on our second rollout and take the Fire Camel down. Out comes Slugma, and we miss our third rollout. They go for Smog, and we luckily don't get poisoned by them. We try to get another rollout going the following turn, and the first rollout actually takes Slugma out. This brings out Camera Up. Our +1 rollout barely doesn't take out the Camera Up, but last turn Sun went down and Camera Up uses Sunny Day to get the weather back up. I love it when they do stupid shit. They heal up the following turn and we use our 4th rollout on Camera Up. This knocks them out, bringing out their last Pokemon, Torkoal. Torkoal doesn't even have a chance to do anything, and we crush them with a 5th stage rollout. That is what we call a first attempt gym victory for us. This feels pretty good, but keep in mind we are a little overleveled for this battle. With only using one Pokemon the whole time, that singular Pokemon does get a ton of experience points. Instead of all the experience points being spread over a party of 6, we just have one character getting all of the experience, so it's easy to get overleveled in challenges like this. Now that we got the Heat Badge, we are finally good enough to go challenge our dad. We rush back to Petalburg right away and take on our dad. He leads with Spinda, and as we learned from the last playthrough, we just need to take this thing out as fast as possible. We start going for Rollout, and they go for Teeter Dance, making us confused. We hit ourselves in Confusion this turn, and we have to restart our Rollout. We break through Confusion and connect our first Rollout, and snap out of Confusion the next turn. Our Stage 2 Rollout hits and takes Spinda down. This brings out the Slaking, who is about to take the Stage 3 Rollout. This could be bad, because if it lives and uses Counter, it will knock us out in one hit. That's exactly what happened. Maybe Rollout just isn't the answer here. Instead of going for Rollout, we go for Rock Throw instead. This does a little over half of their health. We get confused from Teeter Dance, but we still connect our second Rock Throw. Out comes Slaking, and if we play it right, we can boost our stats while knocking them out. Turn 1, we hit ourselves in Confusion, and they go for Yawn. On the second turn, Slaking is loafing around, so they don't do any damage to us. We just curse up a little bit before we fall asleep due to the Yawn. We sleep for 3 turns, and on the 4th turn we wake up and use Curse again. Slaking goes for Yawn once more, and we just keep cursing until we fall back asleep. We wake up in another 3 turns, and we use our last Curse. Now that we're at +6, we start our rollout on the turn that they're loafing around, and on the second turn, we knock them out. Out comes Vigroth, that gets knocked out right away to a rollout, and the same goes for Linoon. With Linoon being defeated, we obtain the badge from our dad. Trying to save us some time later on, we go to Mauville City and talk with Watson. Watson gives us the key to the basement of New Mauville City, where we need to go in and shut off a generator. After we complete that easy task of shutting off the generator, we get the TM for Thunderbolt from Watson. This will prove to be useful in the Elite Four. Next up, we progress in the story by sailing to Route 118. Here we are on our way to help some hostage scientists in the Weather Institute. None of these trainers really pose any threats to us, and they're all press A to win battles. You know, something that could be a threat to us could be the Rival Battle. Rival Battle 4 is right after we wrap up things at the Weather Institute. May leads with a level 29 Pelipper. because of only using Regirock the whole game, we are over leveled a ton at level 39. We go for Rock Throw and we take the Pelipper out, taking no damage whatsoever. Out next is their Lombre, who we decide to curse up in front of. Lombre only has Nature Power and Absorb to damage us with Absorb's base power being so low, both of their attacks do next to nothing. After we're done cursing up, we get a rollout going, hoping that it will help with Combuskin when they come out. Combuskin goes for Bulk Up on its first turn, and we hit them with a Stage 2 rollout, is what I would say if we didn't miss here. We switch back to using Rock Throws, but we are outsped by Combuskin that uses another Bulk Up. Not gonna lie, we are probably gonna get destroyed by a Double Kick. With Combuskin's defenses raised by 2 stages, our Rock Throws barely don't knock them out. All we have to do is live this Double Kick, and we should have this one in the bag. Oh, that's all the damage it does? I thought we were gonna get destroyed, but I guess Regirock's defenses really pulled through for us. Rock Throw knocks them out, and we defeat our rival. May gives us the HM for Fly, which is baller, and we are on to 4-Tree City for the next gym battle. You know, we do all the Devon Scope, Kecleon stuff, and head right to the gym. I dodge as many trainers as I can, and I go right for Winona. Winona leads with a Swablu. I would love to curse up in front of this Pokemon, but this thing is secretly a run killer. This Swablu knows Perish Song, and one hit by that, and it will be over. I just Rock Throw it and get it out of the way right away. Next up is Tropius. I try to get a rollout going, and this starts to work well with the second one taking them out. Out next is Pelipper. Pelipper goes for Protect first round, and our rollout gets ruined. Pelipper goes for Supersonic the next round and confuses us, and at this point, our whole run just falls apart. We hit ourselves in confusion and get hit with 3 water guns in a row, bringing us down to the yellow. By the time we hit our first move, we have lost almost 80% of all of our health. We do end up knocking them out the following turn, but it's really not looking good for us. On the next Pokemon coming out, we do have a 3rd stage rollout coming for them, but we cannot get hit by a single thing or it's game over for us. Altaria ends up going for Dragon Dance. We connect our rollout, knocking them out in 1 hit, and here comes their last Pokemon, Skarmory. Somehow, we actually outspeed them, hitting them with a 5th stage rollout, and we actually knock out their final Pokemon. That's another first try victory for Regirock. Regirock is actually kinda killing the game on this run. I'm very happy with the stab on the rock moves, and Regirock is so defensive, not many things can really slow us down. Now we're off to Lily Cove City where we get to battle our rival again. With this huge win at 4-Tree Gym, I'm feeling pretty confident on this one. May leads with Tropius, and we fire off a rollout doing half of their health in 1 move. The next rollout takes this Banana Chin out, and out comes Ludicolo. Ludicolo gets wrecked by a stage 3 rollout, and same goes for Combuskin, and when Pelipper comes out, it goes for Protect. So we don't connect the 5th rollout, but nothing a few Rock Throws can't take care of. And just like that, in a matter of a few turns, we take out Rival 5. Now it's time to do some backtracking. We head over to Mount Pyre where Team Aqua is robbing some old people of their orb. We take care of everyone easily and get the Magma emblem coin so we can head to the Jagged Path and try to stop Team Magma before they wake up Groudon. Spoiler alert, we're too late, and it's time to battle Maxie. Maxie has a level 37 Mightyena. We try going for rollout, but Mightyena has other plans for us because they use Swagger on us and confuse us. We do break through the confusion and hit Mightyena with a +2 rollout, knocking them out. Camerupt comes out and we snap right out of confusion. We go first, hitting them with a powerful rollout, knocking them out quickly as well. Crobat is their next and last Pokemon, and it has no chance to live whatsoever. This concludes the big battle with Maxie, and now it's on to Lily Cove to stop Team Aqua. Well, when we get to Team Aqua's hideout, they already left for the underwater cavern, which is an absolute bummer. Looks like we don't have any more leads, so we need to head to Moss Deep City. You know how I was saying everything is going really good and I'm happy with how Regirock is doing? Well, it's time for Tate and Lisa. Like normal, I have no problem with any of the trainers in the gym. Everyone is a complete breeze, and there's not a single trainer that gives us any problems. But when we have to do a 2-on-1 battle against Tate and Lisa, it goes a little different. Tate and Lisa lead off with Claydol and Xatu. Claydol likes to use Earthquake after Earthquake and really knocks us down on health. And the worst part is that Claydol resists Rock type. Our little Zigzagoon that we had stood no chance and gets destroyed by a Psychic instantly. We get hit with an Earthquake from Claydol, and it does around 1/5 of our health. We go for Rock Throw, and we miss, so the whole first turn is completely useless for us. We try getting rid of Xatu first with a rollout and maybe sweep through the team. We get hit by a Psychic and another Earthquake, and we're already in the deep red. We went down right after this, and we didn't even defeat one of their Pokemon. We try attempt after attempt to try to get something going. We try to use curse a couple times to increase our defense so we can take more earthquakes, but setting up takes too long so we can't survive all the attacks. We just try attacking right away, but it doesn't do anything. I don't know. I think about putting on shockwave. That could maybe hit both of them, but that wouldn't work because Claydol isn't affected by electric type moves. After about a solid half hour of attempts, I decide that it's time I just go and level up. I had to passive. You want to say that to me? Speak.
Pacifidlog.
Pacifidlog. Logtown. I don't know. I had to Pacifidlog Town, and battle as many trainers along the way. Here there's a guy who gives me the TM for return. That's 104 base power normal type move. I thought maybe that it would go good to hit Claydol with because at least it doesn't resist it. We come back and we are 2 levels higher at level 48 instead of 46. I put on return and try out this brand new move. First we have to get hit by Earthquake, and that still does the same damage as before, which doesn't make me feel any better about this. And now it's time to see how much damage return is going to do. That's it, huh? Wow. This is not good news for us. I was hoping this was going to be the answer, but I don't even see the point of finishing this attempt. Well, no worries, because we get taken out the following round. I'll try a couple more times, but I don't see how this is possible at the moment. On one of the runs I was doing, I did get to Solrock, which was very cool, but they still have another whole Pokemon after that, so there's no use. I think, at the very least, I need to go level up a couple more times. We bust out of the gym and travel around to find some trainers. We battle as many trainers as we can find, and we pick up a rare candy that we found as well. We saved the rare candy just in case, but we did make it up to level 50. Maybe these 2 extra levels will be just enough for us to beat Tate and Lisa. My thoughts here is to try to take out Xatu first, and then after that, start to take out the Claydol. I go for a rock throw against Xatu, and that does knock them out in one hit. Out comes Solrock, and I go for a rollout on Solrock, and this practically does nothing to the Solrock. We get hit with another Earthquake and Psychic from Solrock, and we are in the deep red already. We get hit with a Solar Beam? A fucking Solar Beam? That's insane. Remember when I said that I was going to save the rare candies for later? Well, later is now because I put on the rare candy I have and now I'm level 51. 10 levels over the other Pokemon. We try this battle over and over and over and over and over again, but we just don't have the answer for it at this moment. I guess it's just time to go back to leveling up. I know later on in the post game I have to get the PP Max and the Magnet from the Trick House, so I head there to do some grinding. Everyone is super weak here, so it doesn't really help me a ton, as I don't even gain 1 level from doing all of this. After the Trick House, I just surfed around looking for anyone who would want to battle. In total, I went up a singular level. Not very good, but maybe that's all we're going to need to be able to knock out that Solrock. Here we go, we are back with Tate and Lisa, and we're going to try this again. We're going to try to curse up 2 times, but just kidding, I get hit with a crit turn 1, so basically, if anything unlucky happens at all, we just reset. We try it again, and this time we go for a rollout right away. This knocks out Xatu in 2 turns, and the following turn takes out the Solrock. This could be really good. This could be the strategy, but this turn I did get hit with a crit, so maybe we just try this again. This turn, instead of getting crit, we get confused and hit ourselves in confusion. Oh, yep, and we get crit before we reset. We try the turn 1 rollout again, and this time we connect both times on Xatu with no crits or confusions. Solrock comes out, and we outspeed them, knocking them out in 1 hit. Next out is Lunatone, and they go down to the stage 4 rollout. All we have to do is live this Earthquake from Claydol, and we have it in the bag. Damn it. So close. I didn't want to do this, but I used up my final rare candy. Now it's time to not get crit and not get confused and try to beat this gym. With taking Xatu out, next up is Solrock, and we knock them out, and Lunatone goes the same way, and now all I have left is Claydol. This is it. All we have to do is land this last rollout and we got the badge. Attempt after attempt has brought us to this moment. We land with a crit! We managed to complete the 2-on-1 battle and pick up the Mind badge. With the badge in hand, we are off to the Space Center. I said in the last video, and I'll say it again here, what do you guys think we should do about this double battle situation? It's okay at the moment because we're using a legendary Pokemon, but when the time comes when we do this with a regular Pokemon, I don't see them being able to beat this even at level 100. So comment down below what you think we should do for future runs. In the Space Center, we get to do another double battle, but Steven is on our team this time, which is way better. This battle is as easy as it gets because of how high leveled we are. Now we uncover the location where Team Aqua is trying to wake up Kyogre at, We once again blow through everyone here with no challenge whatsoever. We end up finding Kyogre before Team Aqua does, but Archie barges in and tries to battle with us. Their Pokemon are just as weak as Team Magma's, and we defeat them. Turns out we're too late anyways, because Kyogre still wakes up from the red orb. Now Kyogre and Groudon are fighting in the middle of Pseudopolis. This next part is my favorite part of the game. We go to Sky Pillar and wake up Rayquaza, and he just heads over there and yells at Kyogre and Groudon. After they get scolded, they both just go back to their respected place. I don't really get it. Wouldn't someone just be able to go back to where they were and wake them up again? I don't know. Either way, we're all good to go and challenge the 8th gym leader, Juan. My goal in this gym is to skip all of the trainer battles. I head into battle with Juan, and they lead with a Love Disc, which is definitely an interesting Pokemon to have as a gym leader, but that's okay. One Rock Throw knocks him out. Juan's next Pokemon is a Celio. With them being weak to Rock, I think this would be a good time to start a rollout. So far so good, and 2 rollouts later, Celio goes down. This brings out Crawdaunt, who gets knocked out instantly from our Stage 3 rollout. Kingdra is next, and they hit us with Water Pulse. Although Water Pulse hurts pretty bad, this rollout hurts way more and knocks them out in a single hit. Their last Pokemon is Wishcash. Although they resist our rollout, it should do enough damage to knock them out, as long as we don't miss. I put in the script, "Show me destroying this dumb blue fish." Another first attempt victory. I can't believe we got all the badges and are good to go for the Elite Four. We head to Victory Road right away. In Victory Road, Wally is here for his second appearance. Wally leads with Altaria. We get a rollout going and knock them out in 2 turns. Out comes Roselia, who can't live a single rollout, so it's on to Delcatty. Delcatty is a little demon, but they don't even get a chance to hit us with Tri-Attack and burn us before they faint from rollout. The timing for our rollout is just working perfectly, with the biggest threat of their team coming out on our final stage of rollout. Magneton gets hit with a not very effective rollout, but it's still enough to take them out. Wally's last Pokemon is a Gardevoir, who, after 2 rock throws, also gets defeated. That's all of Wally's team, and I'm feeling pretty good about the Elite Four at the moment. We race through the dark cave and come out the other side. Now all that's left is battling the Elite Four and the champion. I think I have everything prepared for the Elite Four already, which is great news. We'll be going in at level 63, and I expect us to make it to around level 65 by the end. The biggest threat going in here is definitely Wallace with all of their water-type Pokemon, but we do have Thunderbolt for them, which I think should help us a lot. In the Trick House, we got the Hard Rock, which also boosts our Rock-type moves by an additional 10%. First up is Sydney. This is a Tempt 1. First up is Sydney with their Dark-type Pokemon. They lead with Mightyena, and we just try to get a good rollout going here while they go for Crunch. We are so defensive and at such a higher level than them, it barely does any damage to us. Our second rollout takes them out. And next up is going to be Cacturn. With a single rollout, Cacturn falls as well. And the same goes for Crawdaunt. Shiftry is up next, and they outspeed us going for Double Team. I would suspect us to miss our rollout here, but we connect and take them out. This only leaves Absol. Absol isn't too big of a threat. With them being Dark type, a superpower should take them out in one shot, which it does. This is a first try victory for Regirock on Sydney. Hopefully the other Elite Four members just go as easy as this. We heal up and head to the next room. The Ghost Specialist Phoebe is pretty dangerous with their 2 Dusclops. Dusclops is her lead, and we know that it always goes for Protect first turn, so we use Curse to boost up our attack. We go for Rock Throw the next turn to hopefully 2-hit KO them and get them out of here, but they double protect this round, so we don't do any damage on them. We go for Rock Throw again the following turn, and even with the speed drop from Curse, we still go first. Rock Throw connects, doing about 2/3 of their health. Dusclop goes for Confuse Ray, which sucks, but it's better than them cursing at the moment. We break through the confusion and knock them out. That's really good because that Dusclops can be a real problem. Their next Dusclop comes out, and this is the one that knows Thunderbolt and Ice Beam. On turn 1, we hit ourselves in confusion, and they hit us with Ice Beam. This barely does any damage to us. We go for Rock Throw this turn and do barely over half health. So as long as we don't get frozen, we should be okay. We got frozen. Wow, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it. They heal up with a Citrus Berry, and we just keep attempting to go for Rock Throw. We take Ice Beam after Ice Beam while we are frozen. We stay frozen for 5 turns. We end up thawing out on the 6th turn and land our Rock Throw, barely not knocking them out. They heal up, of course, and we go for another Rock Throw. This brings them back down to a 3rd health where they were when we got frozen 8 turns ago. It looks like we aren't going to survive this battle here. Our stage 1 rollout was enough to take them out here, and next out comes Bennett. They use Feint Attack, and we faint. Looks like we have to reset. That was pretty close for how bad our luck was. We go in on Phoebe's Dusclops and we go for a curse right away, just like last time, and go for the same rock throw turn 2. Instead of them protecting twice, they go for Confuse Ray right away. We really need to break through confusion here. They protect this time and we break through, but because of protect, we don't connect. Bars. They protect the following round and we hit ourselves in confusion this time. We hurt ourselves in confusion again this turn, and they go for a Shadow Punch instead of Curse. What is with the luck here? It's honestly terrible. We end up breaking through this time and they don't protect, so we actually knock them out, bringing out the Ice Beaming Dusclops. I decided to go for a rollout this time instead of Rock Throw. This was definitely the play because the first one is not enough damage to get them into Citrus Berry range, and the second one was enough damage to knock them out from 2/3 health. Next up is Bennett, who goes for a Feint Attack. Our third stage rollout hits them and knocks them right out. This brings out Sableye. Sableye is very dangerous with their Nightshade doing an automatic 50 damage, but they are not ready for this rollout. Their last Pokemon is another Bennett, who hits us with a Thunderbolt. We survive the hit and end Phoebe's career with a huge rollout, knocking out their last Pokemon. We heal up and head straight for the Ice-type leader, Glacia. Glacia is kind of a typing problem for us because of the overlap between Ice and Water Pokemon. We do have a good advantage because Rock is super effective against Ice, but most Ice-type Pokemon are also Water-type. We start up a rollout right away against their Celio as they set up Hail. Our second rollout is enough to knock them out. This brings out Walrein. We outspeed, but we end up missing our rollout. We get rocked with a massive Surf, bringing us down into the yellow. We just go for a Rock Throw here to try to knock them out, but it's not enough. We get hit with one more Surf, and that's it for us. I think we just have to not miss our rollout, and I'm sure we're going to be fine on this one. We go back in and use the same rollout right away. Celio sets up Hail, and we actually crit turn 1 and take them out. This actually kind of sucks for us. When Walrein comes out, we hit them with a stage 2 rollout, and it doesn't knock them out. This pops their Citrus Berry, bringing them back up to half health. It's an absolute blessing that we actually outspeed them, and we knock them out with another rollout. This brings out Galay. We still outspeed, but once again, we miss our rollout and we get hit with Ice Beam. This brings us right down to 18 health. We just try to use Rock Throw to knock them out, and surprisingly, it does. No crit or anything. Next up is Celio, and we use Rock Throw on them, and they lived? Celio goes for Blizzard and knocks us out. We're going to try that one more time and hopefully just not miss our rollout like we said last time. All the Ice and Water attacks are special, so Curse doesn't really help us. The only thing it would really help us with is boosting our damage. We start the rollout again, and in 2 hits, Celio goes down. Next up is Walrein, who, now that we hit, gets destroyed with a stage 3 rollout. This brings out Galay, and we aren't missing any of our rollouts now, and we knock out Galay as well. Next up is another Celio, and they get taken out by the final rollout. Last but not least is one last Galay. We choose to go for Rock Throw, and it actually knocks them out in 1 hit. If only our first attempts went like that. With them all taken care of, we get to go to the Dragon Trainer next. This one might suck because all we have is Rock Throw and Rollout. We head into battle against Drake, and we know that the Shelgon always goes for Protect first round, so we cursed up to boost our attack. We go for Rock Throw now, but they go for Protect again. Hey, their Protect fails. Aw, but we miss our Rock Throw. They might go for Protect again, so we just curse this time. Just like we thought, they actually did go for Protect, and we get another curse in. They go for Dragon Claw this time. This doesn't really do too much damage, and now we go for a +2 Rock Throw. Sadly, this does not knock them out. In a crazy turn of events, Drake withdraws Shelgon and sends out Flygon. Our Rock Throw connects on Flygon and actually does pretty great damage. Oh, it's because it was a crit. Flygon uses an Earthquake on us, but because we got in our curses, it only does 10% of our health. We try to go for a rollout, but we miss on our first attempt. Classic. We go again for another rollout, but it barely doesn't take them out. This is a huge blunder on our part, and I should have just went for another Rock Throw, but I'm nervous for the Salamence, to be honest. They use a full restore, and we hit them with a second rollout, doing over half of their health. We take another Earthquake, and our third rollout knocks them out. Out comes Kingdra, who just straight up knocks us out with a single Surf. That is not good. Not good at all. We get back into the battle with Drake, and we once again curse all the way up to +6 and get ready for the rollout. Instead of almost knocking out young Sheldon. Instead of almost knocking out Shelgon, we actually take them out in 1 hit this time. The second rollout hits Kingdra as they go for Dragon Dance, knocking them out in 1 turn as well. Out next is Flygon, who hits us with a Dragon Breath, bringing us down to the yellow, but our rollout takes them out as well. Altaria is next. They go for Dragon Dance instead of attacking us and just gets OHKO'd by a rollout. Last but certainly not least is Salamence, who is about to get domed by a stage 5 rollout. They hit us with Dragon They hit us with a Dragon Creole. They hit us with a Dragon Claw, bringing us down to the red, but they can't survive a rollout this powerful. We beat Drake and we are on to the champion Wallace. Wallace is the hardest battle for us, with them being water type. We put on Thunderbolt over rollout and Rest over superpower for some late game recovery if needed. Wallace opens up with its massive Wailord. Wailord is level 57 to our 65. We use Rock Throw against the big whale, and this thing eats those up. We only did a quarter of its health. They set up Rain, and we go for a Thunderbolt this time. This doesn't even knock them out, but we do get a para on them, which is pretty nice. They use Water Spout, which does about 40 damage to us. Because they're so low on health, they go for a full restore this turn. We try to use another Thunderbolt, and it seems to do around half of their health. We knock them out the following turn, and out comes Gyarados. They go for a Dragon Dance, and we try to just fire off a Thunderbolt to knock them out quickly. For the first time, a ×4 effective Thunderbolt isn't enough to knock out this big fish. They don't even heal the next turn and just hit us with a Surf. This does 80 damage to us, and we only can survive one more before we faint. Our next Thunderbolt takes out the Gyarados, and now they send out their Tentacruel. I try to go for a Thunderbolt, but before we get to go, they hit us with a Hydro Pump and knock us out. I keep Rest over Superpower, but this time before the battle, I put Thunderbolt over Rock Throw and keep Rollout. I also put on the Chesto Berry for waking us up after we use Rest. We head back into the battle, and instead of going for Thunderbolts, we start going for Curses. They set up Rain on their first turn, and we go for Curse again on the second turn. Willard uses Water Spout before we get to use Curse, and it just straight up one-shots us. I forgot that Water Spout is a 150 base power move. The power of this move lowers as your health lowers, so having a Wailord at full HP is not an option for us. I'm going to try the same setup, but I'm just going to damage them right away. Turn 1, we hit them with the Thunderbolt, and we go for Rollout turn 2. We missed our Rollout, and we get hit by a Blizzard. We end up landing our Rollout next turn, and it does about a quarter of their health, but they go for Water Spout and crit us, bringing us all the way down to a quarter health. Our next Rollout knocks them out. Gyarados comes out and nails us with an Earthquake, taking off the last little bit of our health. Wailord misses Blizzard, and we connect to Thunderbolt, doing half of their health. We start our rollout and land on the first go. Wailord sets up Rain and heals up the following turn. We hit them with a stage 2 rollout after they heal up, and it brings them down to almost half health. The next rollout knocks them out, and once again, here's Gyarados. Gyarados goes for a Rain boosted Surf and nearly just knocks us out in one hit. We are now around a third HP, and we connect our rollout, taking them out. We need to find a good time to heal soon. Tentacruel comes out, and maybe they'll miss a Hydro Pump, or go for a Toxic, or something. They missed! Okay, this is perfect. Aw, we missed. Damn it. We go down to the next Hydro Pump. We get nuked from Hydro Pump again. I forget to change my moves on this run here. We get absolutely pummeled by another Hydro Pump again. We can definitely see that Tentacruel is the problem here, because this time and the last time we couldn't get past Tentacruel. I wish I would have had Thunder with me. Maybe this would help us out. Running out of options, this time I put on the TM for Double Team over top of Curse. When I get into battle against Wailord, I go for Double Team right away. Wailord goes for Rain Dance, and the following turn I Double Team again. After 2 Double Teams, I think I should probably do some damage for the Water Spout and hit them with a Thunderbolt. Just like we thought, they went for Water Spout and did over half of our health. Debating if I should just keep trying to double team up or not, I end up just going up for +6 on double team. This blows up in my face the next turn when they land a Water Spout and knock us out. Alright, I want to try the double team strategy again, so I set it back up and head back in. Thinking they would go for Rain on the first turn, I went for Double Team, and they hit me with a full power Water Spout, putting us down to 15 HP. I just reset and tried again right away. This time, I Double Team first turn, and they go for Rain Dance. I Thunderbolt second turn, and they hit us with a Water Spout, doing half of our health. We land another Thunderbolt, taking them out. Out comes Gyarados, and we get knocked out by a Rain boosted Surf. I don't really like the whole relying on Double Team thing, but it's either that or go back and level up. I think it's possible if I find the right place to set up it. This attempt, I go down again from Hydro Pump. Alright, we lead with Thunderbolt this time to weaken the Water Spout while they go for Rain. Turn 2, we go for Double Team, and we get a dodge on the Water Spout. Turn 3 comes, and we Double Team again, and we get another dodge. This could be the luck we needed. We Thunderbolt the following turn and knock out the Wailord. If I'm correct, the rain should be stopping soon, and this will allow us to set up in front of the Gyarados. I think this is the first time ever coming into this part with full health. turns out I counted my rain turns a little bit off, and they connected a rain boosted surf on my rocky guy. This hurt a lot, and we use this turn to double team again, so now we're at +3. This makes it so that moves that are normally 100% accurate are now 50% accurate. Now the rain has stopped, which is great for us, and we go for another double team as they go for Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance really does nothing for Gyarados except make their earthquakes hit harder, I guess. We use double team again, bringing us up to +5, and they go for Dragon Dance again. I'm starting to get nervous for the earthquakes now, but it doesn't really matter how hard they hit us if they don't hit me at all. So I just go for the final +6 double team, and they go for Dragon Dance again. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to dodge these next 2 earthquakes, otherwise we're gonna get taken out. Alright, we dodge the first one, Thunderbolt connects and brings him down to the red. We heal all the way back up with rest, and we try to live the earthquake if it hits. We start another rollout now. It does a little under half of their health. They go for Dragon Dance again, which makes them at +5 now. And we connect our second rollout, knocking them out. Out comes the dangerous Tentacruel that goes for our Toxic that we dodge. We go for our stage 3 rollout, bringing them all the way down to 0 HP. This is the farthest we've ever gotten. Ludicolo comes out, and it doesn't outspeed us, so we connect a rollout to their Sombrero. Now on to Milotic. They go for a Surf, and we dodge again. We land our last rollout, knocking them out in one move as well. We should really be looking at the non-grinding hours. We don't really have a good move for them, so we just start rare rollout for 13 hours. Our first rollout only does a tenth of 26 hours and 34 minutes, and we go for 13 hours and 2 minutes. They are all the way down to half health. 13 hour rollout, and they're down to a third. A staggering 3 hour rollout and 47 minutes faster than the Elite Four with just one Pokemon. We head into the all blue room and clock in our run at 26 hours and 34 minutes. We should really be looking at the non-grinding hours. This is 1 hour and 51 minutes faster than Regice. So we're placing Regirock at the top here with a time of 13 hours and 32 minutes with a little asterisk next to their time because once again, it is technically impossible to do this run. Something interesting is that we did end up finishing at the highest levels so far at level 66. This is only 2 levels higher than Regice. Maybe if we would have started with double team strategies right away, we wouldn't need to be such a high level, but I think it's pretty necessary. I think the rock type is very good, especially for the rollout sweeping. We resist 4 types, which is pretty useful, and our defenses are so high, our weaknesses don't bother as much as they could. By completing all of the prep before Tate and Lisa, we sacrificed some time at the 7th gym badge, but we made it up in the end to get the best time of 13 hours and 32 minutes. I think Regirock is a better Pokemon than Regice, and has much better typing for this game. I'm very interested to see how Registeel goes with all of its resistances. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoy the Pokemon solo playthroughs. If you have any Pokemon in mind, please let me know in the comments below. If you want a chance to have your name chosen to be the Pokemon's name in the following runs like Lucid did, make sure you comment and subscribe to the channel. Once again, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.